Hello and welcome back to the Right Within podcast. I'm your host, Michaela, the Conscious Queen, and today's episode is going to be about masculine energy. Last week's episode was about feminine energy, so of course I had to do the other energy, which is masculine energy. And disclaimer, I am not a man, but this is what I have to say about masculine energy and how we can incorporate masculine energy into our daily lives, why it's important, and what we can actually gain from being a bit more masculine in our lives. So, first things first, we want to define what masculine energy is. I would say masculine energy is more so about doing, getting things done. Masculine energy is very structured and it focuses more on results than the process. Masculine energy is very logical and it uses the thinking brain, not so much feeling, but thinking. The masculine energy is also about competition. It's like, okay, how can I be the best, right? Versus, feminine energies are more about like cooperation, but masculine energy is more about competition. How can I be the best, right? And so this engages like our intellect. It's also about being decisive when we have masculine energy, and also about kind of like in the external world, how we show up in the external world. Feminine energy is how we show up in the internal world, but masculine energy is how we show up on the outside. It's also how we can have more structure in our life and being an individual. Okay, so why is this even important, right? Why do we need masculine energy in our life? And how are some ways that we can be more masculine? I would say the first way to be more masculine in your life is to get organized. Okay, like I said earlier, masculine energy is about being structured. So, what structure do you have in your life? How can you be more structured? Get a planner. Write down all the things that you need to do. Make sure you have a schedule. Make sure you have a routine where you're doing something and you're doing it, over and over and over again, so that you can build that consistency, right? Masculine energy is also about being very consistent as well. So that's the first way that I think that you can get into your masculine energy, is by first having some sort of structure, some sort of organization in your life. So another way to embrace masculine energy into your life is by I would say being very logical. Okay, so using your thinking brain, not making decisions based off how you feel, but making decisions based on what is most practical and most logical, right? Because the masculine energy doesn't really make decisions based on how it feels. The masculine energy makes decision based on what is most practical, right? So let's say, for example, that you're like driving home or something, and you're like, okay, if you're going based off your feelings, you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll take this route because on this way, I can relax a little bit, and then I can, just maybe it won't be so hard if I go this way. But your masculine self is saying, no, just take the path going straight home. Like, why would you like go out of your way and do all this stuff? Like, masculine energy is very linear, right, from point A to point B. Masculine energy wants to go straight home, right? Like, they don't want to do a detour. They don't want to take this exit and this and this. Like, they just want to drive in the easiest, simple, most most focused paths that they can take. So I would say develop your logical thinking and your intellect. Read good books. Okay, that's a great way to engage your masculine energy, is read like really good books to help develop that logical mind. Okay, also I would say another way of engaging with your masculine energy is learning how to be a leader and take initiative, right? So, masculine energy is not the receptive energy. Masculine energy is the doing. It's the initiator. It's the one that starts, right? The energy that starts, that begins. So if you want to take initiative in your life, I would say look for things or opportunities where you can be in a leadership role. So you can be like a manager, or you can be like president of a club or something, or just in some way in your life taking a leadership role and being the one who is like driving the ship, right? So the masculine energy is the one that is taking the initiative and is leading everybody else. So that's one way to be more masculine, is by stepping into the leader role where you're guiding other people and making them feel like, okay, like I have somebody that is experienced, that I can rely on, that knows what they're doing. Like, that's the qualities of being a good leader, right? And also taking suggestions from the people that you are leading, right? Like, there's a difference between being a leader and being a boss. And a boss just like tells people what to do and they don't take any feedback, but a good leader can tell people what to do and take feedback. So I feel like that's really important with masculine energy, is putting yourself into positions where you can lead and take the initiative, right? So another way on how to raise your masculine energy is by making decisions. Like, I feel like the indecisive energy is very feminine, where you don't really know what to do. The masculine energy is about deciding what to do. So if you're having a problem, or you're having problems choosing things in your life, I would say that decisive energy, where you just step in, you're just like, you know what, I have a plan, and it might not be the best plan, but it's a plan and I'm just gonna do it, right? That's the masculine energy, right? It's just like being able to do what you want and go after your goals and be disciplined no matter what you're feeling, right? So I feel like a great example of this would be like going to the gym and working out. Like, no matter if you're feeling happy or sad or tired or emotional, whatever, you just get up and you just go. You just decide in that moment that what you want to achieve, right? And this is masculine energy. Masculine energy is focused on the results. What you want to achieve, those positive results, is only going to happen when you make the decision over and over and over again to succeed. So that's why masculine energy is also important, because it helps us to decide, make decisions, right? Like, nothing is worse than when you don't have a plan, or you have a plan and you just keep going over it and over it and over it again and nothing gets done, right? So masculine energy is about getting things done. It's about making the decision, going forward, and just like trying, just putting yourself out there to accomplish your goals. All right, another way to embrace your healthy masculine energy is by taking responsibility and accountability. So this is so important. I feel like this is why jobs are good. This is why school is good, because it teaches people how to be accountable. It's very powerful when you can make a mistake and own up to it, right? If you make a mistake and you constantly say, oh no, it wasn't my fault, it was XYZ's fault, the reason why I'm not successful is because of XYZ. You don't want to do that. You want to be in a winner mindset. A healthy masculine energy takes accountability. If you mess up in life, if you make a mistake, you say, you know what, yeah, it happened, okay, I'm not perfect, but I'm just gonna do better, okay? And that's it. Accountability is so powerful because it doesn't encourage victimhood. You do not want to be a victim in your life. You want to take accountability and responsibility for the things in your life. It feels so good when you're responsible for something and you just own up to it and you just get it done. And you have nobody else to thank but yourself, right? I mean, you can thank other people, like if you had help, but at the end of the day, like, you made it happen. So that's why accountability is so important, because you can step up to the plate, right? You're not shying away. You're not saying, oh, like, I don't know how to feel, or oh, like, my plan isn't good enough. It's just like showing up and saying, you know what, I'm gonna try my best and I'm gonna be responsible. And that's very good, like when you have like that healthy masculine energy. All right. I would say another way on how to have like healthy masculine energy is, I would say, have good guy friends, right? Good men in your life, guys who are very comfortable in their manhood, and they love like hanging out with other guys. I feel like the stereotypical things would be like sports, what else, like working out in the gym, what else, I don't know. There's so many ways that guys can embrace their masculinity, but that's another way. Having healthy male relationships in your life can help you with your masculine energy, because you are getting examples of like other people in your life who are men who are healthy, and you get to tap into that really purposeful driven energy when you experience it around you. So that's another way, is surround yourself with other healthy like guys, and and have good relationships, especially like with the guys in your life. And so another reason, or another way, the final way you can tap into your masculine energy is by, I would say, like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a man, but I'm trying. I am trying my best. Okay, I am being disciplined. All right, let's go. Okay. So I would say another way, the final way to get into your healthy masculine energy is by learning how to be stable, right? So our stability is very important in life, financial stability, emotional stability. Okay, so just learning how to get those things in your life where you just feel unshakable, right? Like the masculine energy is very sturdy, and it's reliable, and it's it's like a rock, it's not moving, it's very sturdy and stable and structured, right? So that's, where you are. Also, you can get out into the city. Like, cities are very masculine, okay? Nature is very feminine. So if you want to build your masculine energy, try to go out into the city where there's like a lot of buildings and a lot of structure, because that will help you like tap into that energy, okay? So why is any of this important? Like, why do we need masculine energy? It's the same reason why we need feminine energy. Sometimes we need to rest and sometimes we need to get things done. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need to take a nice hot bath, and sometimes we need to like get a good workout, right? Get a good sweat on. Or, maybe at work, you definitely need masculine energy at work or at school, where you just have to hand in those assignments or, meet those work deadlines, right? So that's where masculine energy comes in. It teaches us how to be more structured, more disciplined, and just, embracing the routine of things, embracing being decisive and disciplined, right? So that was today's episode on masculine energy. Next week's episode, we will be talking to a special guest, one of my best friends, okay? And we're gonna be talking about the power of music. So tune into next week's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening, and stay right within.